way on the inside grass.
Mate, I'm not really good, but I might win.
David's very happy. You had good feeling well with yourself. Good.
Try and make him walk.
Well, Chris, record day on Saturday at Rose Hill, 4 winners, and you've obviously got a new little notch there to put on your resume with a new record in the all-time winning training premiership Metropolitan winners in New South Wales.
It was a good day, Liam. Yeah, hard to explain, but it was good to get it out of the way, and a great feeling as the team are feeling at the moment. It's a great atmosphere around the stables, and everyone's on a bit of a high, and that's what we work hard for, and it's good to be able to be rewarded and recognised when it's possible. So yes, it doesn't mean a hell of a lot, but it certainly means we've got a good system in place and it works.
Obviously last Monday at Rose Hill we left here with no winners. You kicked 4 garbage bins and 3 dogs on the way back to the stables. It was obviously a much more pleasant walk back to the stables on Saturday evening.
To tell you the truth, I went home after the Monday's races and thought, right, what are we doing wrong? But I soon had a good think about it, as you do after bad days. And it's only a matter of a half a length here and there, and a good ride, a bit of luck, and you can get 3 or 4 winners. And I think that's all the difference was. We walked away from that Monday with 3 seconds, a few other thirds, and on a very wet track. So it was just good to see us bounce back. Secondly, firstly with a double a couple of days later, and then the 3 winners, 4 winners on Saturday, and then another winner yesterday with Seuss. So basically, it's 7 winners and 6 winners in 7 days.
You're getting too many winners, champ. Looking at Saturday, 3 of the 4 winners were obviously imports from Europe. Fulger, Egglestein and Secessio, obviously purchased in conjunction with our team of Guy Mulcaster and Tim Roberts. Both sort of purchased Fulger purchased separately. He was obviously out of that sale in October, and the other 2 were Germans.
Yeah, Guy spent a lot of time over there studying the form and just getting a clearer insight onto how the horses go, and a lot of time, effort and his money went into that trip, but it was certainly well worth it, and we're reaping the rewards for it now. And obviously a lot of people are going to Europe to buy horses, but we've got to try and be one step ahead so we can continue to buy value, and I'm sure that's what we'll continue to do. And with Fulger, yeah, he was a normal Tattersalls horses and training sale, and another good purchase from Tim and Guy, who just do a great job. You see a few other horses coming over from England and they don't seem to stay up for long, or they have problems, and I think that's what people in the long term will understand, is our guys do their very best to buy long-term investments to make sure that people come back next year.
We'll look straight ahead for this Saturday's racing. 1 runner in Melbourne, done nothing wrong. He was good at Caulfield the other day.
He was a little bit one-paced, and that's quite often the case, I think, at Caulfield, and he should be cherry ripe for Saturday's race, which is a little bit further, 2,000 metres, drawn barrier 1. Good jockey aboard who knows the horse, and should be getting close to his peak.
Straight back to New South Wales. Warwick Farm holds the Metropolitan meeting on Saturday. First race, Amavarcio, a 2-year-old that's had a few runs in, obviously a winner on debut.
Yeah, he's a nice horse and still learning about racing. Just does a few little things wrong at the finish of his races, which we're trying to iron out. He's done a good job. He's been up a while and racing consistently well at a high level, and Saturday looks no exception. I'm expecting to run well again in a competitive race. Minor gear change. Hopefully it'll see him running straight and attacking the line over the last 200 metres.
Straight into the third race, the fillies and mares event over 1,600 metres. Titbit, she comes out of that Monday meeting at Rose Hill, where she made up good ground late.
Made up very good ground, Liam, and her racing style just sees her get back, and you've got to expect a bit of bad luck and tempo-related issues. And she's been a model of consistency this preparation. Looks well placed on Saturday, and it should be hard to beat again.
Acapella, the other stable runner in that race, she obviously had her first Australian start last Saturday and races on the 7-day backup.
Yep, she's done very well since her run, and I thought her first up run, despite her finishing position near the tail, I thought it was a very good run. She's drawn awkwardly on Saturday, but over the mile at Warwick Farm, I don't think it's too much of a disadvantage, providing there's a bit of speed on up front. She'll track into the race nicely and hopefully be there ready to pounce over the last 100 metres with Nash Rawiller aboard.
The 3-year-old event over the 1,600 metres. Clever boy, he's won his last two and looks to be progressing nicely this preparation.
Yep, both horses in this, also Loch Levin, have been last minute changes, and I don't see that being as a problem, but I see it as probably an asset to our stable, and our racing manager Liam Pry does a great job helping me find these races. They were going to run, the Clever Boy was going to run next week over 1,400, and instead we've brought it forward because we thought it was a slightly easier race. Managed to get a good jockey in Nash Rawiller, which is a big coup. And with Loch Levin, she was going to run over 1,300 against her own sex, but when the noms came out, it wasn't overly strong. We thought we'd stick to the distance that she's been racing over, which is 1,550, and that the mile will suit. So both horses are progressive types. They will win Saturday races. Whether they're there yet, I'm not sure, and obviously they'll need things in their favour, but both are horses to follow.
You're also well represented in the 3-year-old fillies race over the 1,300 metres. Gullible looks the class runner in that.
Yeah, she's well weighted, Liam, with 59 kilos, but she's a class horse. Been a bit of a puzzle this preparation to try and piece it together. Still don't think we've got it completely worked out, but she'll have another run, get a good chance to win another Bob's bonus, and then go out for a break, come back, and in the late spring be ready to tackle some listed races.
Sweet Little Eyes. She's a horse that's shown a bit of promise. Raced last Saturday over 900 metres at Newcastle and then backs up this Saturday over 1,300.
Yeah, her last attempt or last chance to prove herself to us, she's been a bit of an enigma, mainly through her racing style. So the quick backup might just take the edge off her. She is racing against her own age and sex, which will be a bonus.
Race 6, the McGrath Mitsubishi Mile. I catch her first up, Sacred Flyer. Second up on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a good run. Hopefully he's not flattened by that first up performance, but he did have a good long preparation. Had at least 2 trials, possibly even 3 trials leading into that first up run, so it should give him a good foundation. As you say, hit the line strongly. Certainly we'll be looking for further after this run, but he's a class horse and there's a lot to like about his first up performance, so he could be a cheeky chance at odds.
The 2,200 metre staying event, generally week to week we are well represented in these races, and again on Saturday there's 3 entries. The first of those, Madam Nash. It just went down at Warwick Farm about 10 days ago. Looks well placed on Saturday.
She does. We've opted not to claim with Nash Rawiller, so she's carrying the 59 kilos, that's the only negative. She certainly makes a race interesting, and that seems to be how she appears to like racing. So yeah, they'll all know that they've been in a race behind her, and she's obviously extremely fit, handles all conditions, so she looks well placed in a nice race.
Black Jag, he's been consistent throughout the preparation. He has had his hoof on the till the last few runs. Again on Saturday, he looks like he's a major player.
Yeah, as long as the track's not too heavy. I think that was his undoing last start, but it was an exceptionally wet track that day. I went to the paddock for a week, or actually went to Boynton Park just to do a bit of pre-training and just get a change of scenery, which has done the horse the world of good. And he looks in the right race, providing the track's not too wet on Saturday.
And the third of those runners, Leah High. Good run first up at Kembla, and just may have struggled in the heavy conditions last start at Canterbury.
Yeah, he did. Ryder on that occasion said his wheels were spinning. So likewise with him, we don't want a heavy track. Hopefully the worst side of slow would see him run. If not, we might have to wait for another day, because there's no use wasting runs at this time of the year with potential horses.
And the final race of the card, relaxed and happy in the 1200 metre race against the older horses.
The last start, I think the track was too heavy for him, and he just couldn't quicken after he hit a flat or hit a wet spot about the 400 metre mark. It put him off balance and couldn't get going again. So likewise with him, we'd be looking for a better track, otherwise he might be waiting for the following week as well then.
It was well noted in the media, in the press this week, that Monday or Tuesday saw the return of a lot of your stable stars, so to speak. A lot of those group performers coming back into work. Are you pleased with how they've all returned?
Yep. There's always little things that you find with horses when they're coming back from their spells, and that's why we like to get them nice and early and start working on them and have plenty of time up our sleeve leading into their first up runs. You don't want to be rushing towards a Group 1 preparation. So they've all come in with plenty of time up our sleeve, and we'll work them out and make sure they come back firing and ready for another strong preparation.
And talking of carnival horses, just in the background there we had Royal Descent walk through. She's been out doing a bit of dressage this morning. What's the purpose of that?
Just building a bit of muscle in their hindquarters is the main reason, and it gets them using themselves properly, being a bit more tractable, and it's something we like to do with a few of them. Takes a bit of time, but it's obviously time well spent, and yeah, if they can do it once a week, it certainly helps them limber up. Shootout's been a great example of reaping the benefits from it. He struggles with back problems, which is mainly due to your core muscles not being as strong as they need to be, and dressage seems to be very good for building those core muscles. A bit like doing sit-ups, Liam.
You can tell you do plenty of them. Anyway, thanks Gordon, appreciate it.
Thanks.